AC service, and much more. Total Automotive is an authorized CarQuest auto parts dealer featuring everything you need to get you back on the road with confidence. Total Automotive is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 7 a.m. to noon. Go Trojans! Total Automotive in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-7771. Good luck, Trojans. From Capital Planning in Ville Platte, owners Todd, Marcus, and Amy Vale invite you to come in or call today. Capital Planning offers life insurance, retirement planning, tax planning, investments, and more. Capital Planning has been helping customers since 1989. They are located at 616 West Main Street in Ville Platte, or give them a call at 337-363-1797. Their office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They hope to see you soon. Go Trojans! T&J Ford, located at 1231 West Main Street in Ville Platte, wishes the Sacred Heart Trojans the best of luck. At T&J Ford, we're proud to serve the people of Ville Platte and surrounding communities with some of the most popular vehicles around Louisiana. We have a top-notch selection of brand-new vehicles to choose from, as well as an extensive inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Come by and check out our selection of crossovers, SUVs, and trucks. Plus, we have an in-house parts and service department for all your needs. That's T&J Ford. Call 337-363-2153. Or visit our website at tjfordinc.com. Dr. Jake LaFleur is a proud supporter of Sacred Heart Trojan Athletics. His practice covers primary care for adults, including annual wellness visits, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer screenings, and more. Call his office at 337-363-7036 or come by 503 Jack Miller Road to schedule an appointment. Most insurances are accepted. Go Trojans! Go Trojans from Dr. Brandon Fontenot and staff, located at 421 Jack Miller Road in Ville Platte. Dr. Brandon provides internal medicine services along with all of your endoscopy needs. Dr. Brandon accepts most major insurances and is currently accepting new patients. So give them a call today at 337-363-5684. And once again, go Trojans!
Hi everyone, I'm State Representative Rhonda Butler for District 38, and I want to congratulate the healthcare providers at Mercy Regional Medical Center for being champions of patient safety. You reduced hospital readmissions by 43% in 1 year, and you continue to make significant improvements.
Having a transition of care nurse touch base with those patients within the first 2 to 3 days when they're home has really made a difference.
We focused on congestive heart failure patients who nationally have a very high risk of readmissions.
If they have any fluid gain, we catch that early in the course of the process. We've been able to make adjustments to keep those patients who used to show up every 2 to 3 weeks in the hospital, now treating them as an outpatient and keeping them out of the hospital long term.
Thanks to all the healthcare professionals that made this possible, and thank you for your life-saving work.
Did you know that Savoy Cancer Center offers infusion treatments and injections in gastroenterology, rheumatology, endocrinology, and immunology? That's right. You can receive your infusion or injections right here in Evangeline Parish, close to home. At Savoy Cancer Center, our goal is to treat you like family, providing comfort and hope as your long-term partners in care of your chronic condition. Ask your doctor about receiving your specialty infusion therapy or injection close to home at Savoy Cancer Center. For more information, call 337-468-3099. Savoy Cancer Center, close to home.
It takes more than our strong community bank to serve as our customers. It takes our frontline employees, our lenders, and our customer service representatives to create our customers' experiences. Our customers know our people, and our people know our customers. It's just part of our Southern nature. It's the Louisiana way, the Evangeline way. It's our heritage. It's who we are. We are the Evangeline Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get ready for hunting season with the outdoor experts at Industrial Service and Supply. Hunting stands are in stock now. Ladders, box stands, lock-ons, tripods, and climbing tree stands. Comfortable, silent, sturdy, and secure. Find any stand to fit your needs this hunting season. And remember to grab your safety harness at Industrial Service and Supply. For hardware hunting, fishing, and more, Industrial Service and Supply in Ville Platte. Shh, it's hunting season at Industrial Service and Supply in Ville Platte.
Level and TC Materials are proud to sponsor the Sacred Heart Trojan. season. The team at Level TC is committed to providing exceptional quality and service for all of your dirt work, land clearing, and leveling needs. From limestone, fill sand, and topsoil to house pads, driveways, and grading, Level TC's got you covered. Contact us today at 337-466-7242. Go Trojans!
Do you know that Brown's Furniture has access to every single recliner, sofa, reclining chair, and sectional made by Lazy Boy? And that means if Lazy Boy makes it, you can get it at Brown's. You'll be amazed by the styles and color selection from Lazy Boy, including reclining sofas that'll knock your socks off, and recliners and motion furniture that gives a whole new meaning to comfort. So, if Lazy Boy makes it, you can get it through Brown's. That's Brown's Furniture Showplace, all locations.
La Bonvie Family Healthcare and Aesthetics, located at 238 East Main Street in Ville Platte, is a full-service family practice. In addition, Brittany Miller, family nurse practitioner, administers Botox, dermal fillers, laser treatments, IV infusions, permanent makeup, and other medical spa facial treatments. Call today to schedule your appointment with Brittany. 337-363-1111. That's 337-363-1111.
This is Coach Joey Swallow. If you're looking to get an edge on your game, I'm here to help you. I specialize in all aspects of baseball, softball training, as well as confidence training. Also, don't forget about Big Cat sports cards and comics for all your hobby needs. From vintage to modern players or comics, I have what you're looking for. Big Cat sports cards, always buying, selling, and trading.
Attention Trojan fans, your health is our priority and we're here to help. Whether you need immediate medical care, wish to schedule a wellness checkup, or require behavioral health services, Savoy Medical Center has you covered with clinics in Ville Platte and Mamou. Our dedicated team of providers is committed to delivering exceptional care and treating you like family. To schedule an appointment in Ville Platte, call 337-363-0075, or for an appointment in our Mamou clinic, call 337-468-4038. Savoy Medical Center, our family, healing yours.
At this time, Perry's Tire and Service, a proud supporter of the Sacred Heart Trojans, would like to remind everyone of their services. In addition to tires, Perry's Tire Service offers oil changes, brake services, alignments, and minor engine repair. They are located at 903 West Lincoln Road in Ville Platte. Give Kevin or Lisa a call at 337-363-5621 for all of your automotive maintenance needs. HealthWorks Rehab is ready to get you back into the game. Physical therapists Andy Poche, David Vidrine, and Clay Lancherneau are pleased to sponsor this broadcast for the Do or Die Trojan family. Call for an appointment at our Ville Platte Clinic at 1477 West LaSalle Street, 363-2600, or in Mamou at Savoy Medical Center, 468-0460. That's HealthWorks Rehab, helping everybody work. Teats Food Store, located at 2210 West Main in Ville Platte, specializes in quality smoked meats. Their award-winning smoked pure pork sausage, tasso, and boudin is filled with flavor that will make you come back for more. And that's not all. Teats offers a full line of groceries, beer, wine, liquor, gas, and much more. Oh, and Teats will ship their smoked meats all over the country. Visit their website at teatsfoodstore.com or give them a call at 337-363-1839 for more details. This game is being brought to you by Vidrine's Ace Hardware, located in Ville Platte and Rain. Go by and see Cody, Louise, Philip, and the staff for all your hardware needs. Vidrine's is fully stocked with paint, mulch, grills, plumbing supplies, lawn and garden supplies, hunting supplies, electrical supplies, and much more. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Go Trojans! Best of luck to the Sacred Heart Trojans from Nason Swallow Allstate and the Swallow family. Allstate Insurance Agent Nason Swallow is now open for business and ready to serve you. Born and raised in Ville Platte, Nason is committed to providing our community and surrounding areas with the best insurance products and services. A local agent that you can count on to help protect all that matters in life. The friendly staff at Nason Swallow Allstate will set your mind at ease and will even do the switching and paperwork for you. Stop by or call today. Nason Swallow Allstate, 222 North Chautauqua Street in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-6767. The Law Office of Jacob Fuselier is pleased to sponsor this broadcast of Trojan Athletics. With offices in Ville Platte, Jacob Fuselier offers quality legal services to this community. So please call 363-6661 for all your legal needs, and let's go Trojans. Some life events you can anticipate, while others surprise you. Some are significant enough to affect your household finances, your investment strategy, and even your vision of the future. This is when meeting with an experienced financial professional counts. Brandy Fontenot at Fontenot Financial Services can help pre-retirees and retirees plan in anticipation of life events, as well as adjust plans in response to unexpected changes. They are prepared to help clients through their life and retirement transitions and make any necessary changes. Give her a call at 337-363-2346 or stop by 1301 West LaSalle Street in Ville Platte. This game is brought to you in part by Total Automotive, 610 Tate Cove Road in Ville Platte. Total Automotive is your go-to place for all automotive repairs, tires, AC service, and much more. Total Automotive is an authorized CarQuest auto parts dealer featuring everything you need to get you back on the road with confidence. Total Automotive is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 7 a.m. to noon. Go Trojans! Total Automotive in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-7771. Good luck, Trojans. From Capital Planning in Ville Platte, owners Todd, Marcus, and Amy Vale invite you to come in or call today. Capital Planning offers life insurance, retirement planning, tax planning, investments, and more. Capital Planning has been helping customers since 1989. They're located at 616 West Main Street in Ville Platte, or give them a call at 337-363-1797. Their office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They hope to see you soon. Go Trojans! T&J Ford, located at 1231 West Main Street in Ville Platte, wishes the Sacred Heart Trojans the best of luck. At T&J Ford, we're proud to serve the people of Ville Platte and surrounding communities with some of the most popular vehicles around Louisiana. We have a top-notch selection of brand-new vehicles to choose from, as well as an extensive inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Come by and check out our selection of crossovers, SUVs, and trucks. Plus, we have an in-house parts and service department for all your needs. That's T&J Ford. Call 337-363-2153. Or visit our website at tjfordinc.com. Dr. Jake LaFleur is a proud supporter of Sacred Heart Trojan Athletics. His practice covers primary care for adults, including annual wellness visits, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer screenings, and more. Call his office at 337-363-7036 or come by 503 Jack Miller Road to schedule an appointment. Most insurances are accepted. Go Trojans! Go Trojans from Dr. Brandon Fontenot and staff, located at 421 Jack Miller Road in Ville Platte. Dr. Brandon provides internal medicine services along with all of your endoscopy needs. Dr. Brandon accepts most major insurances and is currently accepting new patients. So give them a call today at 337-363-5684. And once again, go Trojans!
Hi, everyone. I'm State Representative Rhonda Butler for District 38, and I want to congratulate the healthcare providers at Mercy Regional Medical Center for being champions of patient safety. You reduced hospital readmissions by 43% in 1 year, and you continue to make significant improvements.
Having a transition of care nurse touch base with those patients within the first 2 to 3 days when they're home has really made a difference.
We focused on congestive heart failure patients who nationally have a very high risk of readmissions.
If they have any fluid gain, we catch that early in the course of the process. We've been able to make adjustments to keep those patients who used to show up every 2 to 3 weeks in the hospital, now treating them as an outpatient and keeping them out of the hospital long term.
Thanks to all the healthcare professionals that made this possible, and thank you for your life-saving work.
Did you know?
All right, folks. Welcome to Aswell Capel Field in Ville Platte, Louisiana, home of your Sacred Heart Trojans, as we have a matchup between your Trojans and the Catholic of Pointe Coupee Hornets in a Division 4 Select District 5 matchup. Basically, the winner of tonight's game is going to pretty much be shooting for the second seed in the end of the year tournament. I'm the host tonight, John Pete, and alongside of me is Jacob Loney. Jacob, tell us what you think about today and the weather and the matchup we got.
Well, unfortunately, it's a continuation of the weekend here, it looks like. Currently, it's very cloudy with a little mist going on. Field actually looks pretty good. I'm quite surprised. Coach Kane did tell me the outfield is a little mushy in spots, which to be expected, but overall it's in very much playable condition. So we'll see what happens here between our Trojans and the Hornets. Like John was saying, kind of setting things up for the district tournament that's supposed to start, I believe, Thursday in Eunice, because St. Ed's has lights in Eunice, and will conclude on Saturday, which is a single elimination tournament to declare a district champion. And from what I understand, if we win this game, we get the second seed, which starts us off with a bye, which would be nice, which would give us something to hopefully shoot for as far as being crowned district champions with that tournament.
Right. It's a little twist to District 5. I think it's the first year they have an end of the season tournament, at least that I know of.
I want to say they tried to get this started last year, and there's different reasons for it. But I know one being it gives some meaning to playing within the district. You know, everybody's gotten so consumed with all these PowerPoints and the ranking, and you know, for the teams that might not be in the hunt at the end of the year to play in the last game of the season, brings a little meaning and a little pride to competing and how well you compete during district, to kind of break up some of that boredom, which I think is a really good thing.
Well, I tell you what, with that being said, Jacob, what Sacred Heart's current ranking in Division 4 Select?
So Sacred Heart's sitting in the 14th spot at 13-10, and Catholic of Pointe Coupee is in the 19th spot at 10-13. And you know, Sacred Heart's last game was against OC last week, which was on Tuesday. So we've had a break, and Coach tells me all the arms are available. Pointe Coupee played against St. Ed's on Thursday, and they lost that game 4-1. And as I understand that, their ace pitched possibly a complete game there. So they expected to have Vosberg on the mound, which I think is their ace, but he's going to be starting at first base. So we'll see Jude Morrison.
Yep.
I do know they played Birchman on Saturday. They played Birchman on Saturday this weekend, and they won that game 12-4, or should I say on Monday? Okay, the schedule's showing Monday. So I'm not sure what they exhausted yesterday. If they're playing back-to-back days, though, that's always a little stressful. So it looks like we're sitting pretty good there.
Yeah, and I believe, looking at records and mutual opponents, I think Sacred Heart should have the advantage tonight. I really do believe we should win this game. Home game. And we match up well. So
yeah, Coach Kane had a little confidence in his voice when we were talking about today. You know, he seemed a little different than when I was talking to him about OC, which understandable. And I asked him about their ace, and he said he is not nearly the guy we saw against OC. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, and speaking of OC, folks, I'm really extremely impressed with OC. So don't be distraught over that loss, because I have a feeling OC is going to be playing for the state championship this year. So they're really a fantastic program and team.
Right.
I'll tell you what, Jacob, I'm going to go over some starting lineups real quick before we're actually broadcasting right now from the batting cages because of the weather, but hopefully in a few minutes we're going to move over behind home plate. But let's go with the starting lineups. For Catholic, you have Brooks Caps playing center field. He's batting first. He wears number 2. Micah Nipple, shortstop, wears number 16. He's batting second. Batting third, Parker Jewell, the catcher. He wears number 7. Cleanup, Carson Crabtree. He's playing third base, wears number 15. Batting fifth, Jude Morrison is your pitcher, wears number 12. Carter DeVilliers is batting sixth. He's the right fielder, wears number 10. Carter Hoddard, DH, wears number 6. He's batting 7th, and he's followed by Faustin Guidry, your second baseman, number 11, and Drew 7, or I think it's 7. He's your left fielder, he wears number 1, and playing first base is Vosberg, and he wears number 5. For your home team Trojans, on the mound and batting first, we're going to have Ashton Duas. Batting second, John Aaron Swallow playing first base. Preston Sloan is your catcher, batting third. John Duplechamp batting cleanup, he's your DH. Jude Hebert, center fielder, is batting fifth. Ellis Chapman, your shortstop, is batting sixth. Lane Jobert playing third base tonight is batting seventh. Ryland Swallow, your right fielder, is batting eighth. Aaron Cormier, your second baseman, is batting ninth. And playing left field is Zach Fontenot. All right, well, let's take a quick little break, and while they sing the national anthem, and we can be back in a couple of minutes.
Know that Savoy Cancer Center offers infusion treatments and injections in gastroenterology, rheumatology, endocrinology, and immunology? That's right. You can receive your infusion or injections right here in Evangeline Parish, close to home. At Savoy Cancer Center, our goal is to treat you like family, providing comfort and hope as your long-term partners in care of your chronic condition. Ask your doctor about receiving your specialty infusion therapy or injection close to home at Savoy Cancer Center. For more information, call 337-468-3099. Savoy Cancer Center, close to home.
It takes more than our strong community bank to service our customers. It takes our frontline employees, our lenders, and our customer service representatives to create our customers' experiences. Our customers know our people, and our people know our customers. It's just part of our Southern nature. It's the Louisiana way, the Evangeline way. It's our heritage. It's who we are. We are the Evangeline Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get ready for hunting season with the outdoor experts at Industrial Service and Supply. Hunting stands are in stock now. Ladders, box stands, lock-ons, tripods, and climbing tree stands. Comfortable, silent, sturdy, and secure. Find any stand to fit your needs this hunting season. And remember to grab your safety harness at Industrial Service and Supply. For hardware hunting, fishing, and more, Industrial Service and Supply in Ville Platte. Shh, it's hunting season at Industrial.
All right, folks, we're back live at Pointe Coupee Field in Ville Platte, Louisiana. The Sacred Heart Trojans are hosting Catholic Pointe Coupee Hornets in this Division 4 Select District 5 matchup. All right, if you listened to the pregame, which was brought to you by Dr. Brandon Fontenot and Mercy Regional Medical Center. Thank you to those guys for that sponsorship, and thank you to all the sponsors, because without our sponsors, this broadcast or any of our broadcasts would not be possible.
Absolutely, and you know, I'm pretty certain most of the folks near and far related to Sacred Heart are our players and alumni sure appreciate being able to be part of this in a semi-live fashion.
Yep. All right, well, here we go, Jacob. We're about to start this game off with that first pitch from Ashton Duos. And you should have Brooks Caps, number 1, your center field. Number 2 is your batter to start the game. Here comes the first pitch from Duos. It's a fastball, misses up. We start the count off at 1-0. On Caps, your center fielder. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Duos. There's a strike on the outside corner. It was a good pitch, Jacob.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was watching Ashton throw in the bullpen, and I like what I saw. He had a little pep on his fastball. He looked like he was in a good mood. And if he could start out strong, it'd be big for us.
Oh, there we go. That was the 1-1 pitch was a high fastball, and number 2 there, Caps could not hold his swing, and he gets rung up for strike 2. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes that 1-2 pitch from Duos. It's a curveball. It's a little flare into center field. Jude there at center field that gets under it and makes the first out of the game.
Good pitch by Ashton. Breaking ball away. I mean, the guy did what he could just to protect the plate, hit it off the end of the bat, looped it out there to Jude. Easy first out, the way you want to start.
Yeah, that was textbook pitching and hitting. Pitcher, don't give him anything to hit hard, and as a hitter, you want to protect the plate. So here comes your second hitter, Micah Nipple, your shortstop. Where's number 16? Comes the first pitch from Duos. Ooh, it's a curveball that hits the inside corner and taken for strike 1.
Nice backdoor curveball by Ashton there.
1-0 pitch misses a little high.
Got a little velo there, John.
Yeah, he does. I would not want to bat off a Duos.
On it pretty well.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside with the fastball. Duos a little bit behind on this. He's going to try to get back in the strike zone here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Micah Nipple, number 16, the shortstop. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ooh, and he misses up. A couple of fastballs Duas missed. It was kind of sailing up on him right there.
Yeah, he just needs to get on top of it a little bit, just kind of dropping that arm angle.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's a nice pitch over the outside corner. It's got some movement on it.
That's right. No base on balls. That's always the key.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike 2. Nice pitch. Another pitch with movement on it.
Yeah, fell behind 3-1 and did a real good job of making 2 pitches to come back and get the guy swinging. So that's a really good sign there.
All right, and that strikeout is brought to you by Ace Hardware and HealthWorks Rehab. Thank you. All right, 2 outs in the top of the first. Parker Jewell, your catcher, wears number 7, is up to bat. Breaking pitch from Duas, swinging a foul tip. Nice pitch from Du.
Yeah, that's 2 consecutive batters. He leads off with a breaking ball. I like that. You know, we got to get him off the fastball here. That's one thing we did against OC. I thought maybe we could have did a better job of is they would just sit in fastball. Anytime we threw it over the plate, they hit it hard. And you know, when we threw the breaking pitch, they look kind of foolish.
There you go. That one misses in the dirt. That'll even the count at 1-1. Yeah, I've been noticing this year, I like what I see from our pitchers. I know I haven't seen all the games, but when they're on, they're on. We're around the plate. Curveballs are working. Fastballs got decent velocity. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch to Jewell. That's a ground ball up the middle, fielded by Chapman. Oh, fielded by Chapman. The throw over to first base was a little bit off towards up the line. John Aaron Swallow did a great job to field it, tried to put the tag on before Jewell touched first base, but the umpire says, nope, you didn't touch him. So
John Aaron did a good job, and the base runner did a good job avoiding the tag. In fact, from our vantage point, I wasn't sure if he missed him or if he tagged him or what happened.
I agree. All right, well, regardless, we have a runner at first with 2 outs, top of the first. Crabtree is your hitter. Fastball, strike 1, swing and a miss.
He was a little behind that one.
Yes, he was. This is the third baseman, Carson Crabtree. Wears number 15 for the Hornets. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, no score. We have a runner at first, top of the first, just getting started. Duas checks him at first. That's Jewell over there, and he gets back safely. Just trying to keep him honest. What you think, Jacob, with 2 outs?
I think we just 1 base at a time right here. You know, a base hit don't kill anybody. With 2 outs, just throw some strikes and get that 3rd out.
Curveball popped up on the right side. Cormier's making a long run for it, and he makes the catch almost in foul territory. He came a long way for that one. And that ends the inning. So,
really nice play by Cormier. You're right about that. I mean, he had no more room left to go, but made a nice catch on the run.
He sure did. All right, so we're going to take a break, and at the end of after the top of the first, the score we're 0-0, and the Trojans are going to come up to bat for the first time.
Service and supply, Bill Black.
Level and TC Materials are proud to sponsor the Sacred Heart Trojan season. The team at Level TC is committed to providing exceptional quality and service for all of your dirt work, land clearing, and leveling needs. From limestone, fill sand, and topsoil to house pads, driveways, and grading, Level TC's got you covered. Contact us today at 337-466-7242. Go Trojans!
Do you know that Brown's Furniture has access to every single recliner, sofa, reclining chair, and sectional made by La-Z-Boy? And that means if La-Z-Boy makes it, you can get it. At Brown's, you'll be amazed by the styles and color selection from La-Z-Boy, including reclining sofas that'll knock your socks off, and recliners and motion furniture that gives a whole new meaning to comfort. So, if La-Z-Boy makes it, you can get it through Brown's. That's Brown's Furniture Showplace, all locations.
La Bonne Vie Family Healthcare and Aesthetics, located at 238 East Main Street in Ville Platte, is a full-service family practice. In addition, Brittany Miller, family nurse practitioner, administers Botox, dermal fillers, laser treatments, IV, and...
All right, folks. Welcome back to Pointe Coupee Field. Trojans are going to come up to bat in the bottom of the first inning. They had one base runner in the top of the first. He got on a, guess we'll have to call that an error, Coach. It's hard to say.
I mean,
slow ground
as much
ball.
as we would have liked to have seen the play, I mean, Ellis made a nice job fielding the ball, had enough time, just made a little erratic throw.
Yep.
It could go either way. I would really say it could go either way.
All right, so coming up to bat for the Trojans to start the game, your leadoff hitter, Ashton Duos, wears number 4 for the Trojans. He's also your pitcher, junior for the Trojans. All right, and as we mentioned earlier, Jude Morrison is your pitcher. Here comes the first pitch to Duos. Misses up. 1 ball, no strikes. Tell you what, this is a big rivalry between these two teams. Sacred Heart hadn't won since 2019. Second pitch to Duos misses inside and low, 2-0. Yeah, so it's been a while since we came out on the victorious side of this matchup. And actually, the last 2 years, I think we were the better team. So here's a 2-0 pitch to Duos. Oh, swings at the off speed down in the out of the strike zone, a little low, but Duos a little overzealous on that one.
Yeah, and as the leadoff hitter, that's a no-no. But he's going to make up for it right here.
All right, count goes to 2-1. Here comes that 2-1 pitch. It's a ground ball at third base, played by the third baseman. Here comes the throw to first base. As if he's off the bag, and he is. He's off the bag at first base. He got pulled off. The throw was to his first baseman's right side. He did his best to stretch out and keep his foot on the bag. And the first base umpire says, nope, you didn't. So Duos gets on. I guess almost if you're going to call the first inning an error, you got to call an error right there because he had time to get him.
Absolutely. Crabtree, he did a nice job. A little drop step. It bounced off the lip. He fielded it clean. He had time. He just made an errant throw. And we benefit from it.
All right, so Duos is at first. Actually, there's I didn't get his number, but we do have a courtesy runner at first base. John Aaron Swallow is your hitter. First pitch to Swallow misses up. Be a 1-0 count. Let's see if we can get a number, Coach, on that runner. 20. Of course, I don't have our complete roster.
We got Mr. David Dare on it.
Yeah, we're going to get David on this. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Swallow. Misses outside. 2-0. Swallow bats from the left side off of righties. He is a switch hitter, and Morrison is a righty. So Swallow is batting from the left side. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Swallow. Misses outside. 3-0.
Yep.
All right, well, everybody's going to stay put. It's going to be a short little lead at first base. No use getting in trouble with a 3-0 count. And there's about a 99% chance Swallow's not going to be swinging the bat here. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Ooh, that one had some movement on it, and it hits the inside corner.
Sully Manuel.
Sully Manuel is our courtesy runner at first base, number 20. All right, 3-1s you count. Nobody out. We have a runner at first, bottom of the first. That misses inside and high. Swallow's going to take a free pass to first base. So we're going to have a little bit of action going here. First and second, nobody out. Let's see. That walk was brought to you by T&J Ford.
Yeah, we're sitting in a good spot here, John. I mean, you can't draw it up better than this. First and second, no outs here.
Preston Sloan is now batting, your catcher for the Trojans.
Arguably our best hitter on the team.
Yes.
Or maybe not even arguably.
Yeah, he is. Wears number 9. He had a great season last year as a junior. I think he had 7 home runs, plenty of doubles, and a couple of triples. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. Oh, and it's going to be a little flare into the right field.
Trouble.
I think it's going to drop.
That's trouble.
He drops. It's a fair ball on the line. So you got Manuel making it to third. John Aaron makes it to second. And Preston's going to walk to first base practically on that one because there was really nowhere to go with the
whether or not he tries to read it, and the right fielder definitely had a chance to catch it, so he played safe with no outs.
Yep.
Nonetheless, we're sitting here with bases loaded, nobody out, and John Michael up to bat, so it'd be nice to put up a few runs in this inning and give our pitcher a little breathing room.
Yep. Bases loaded, nobody out. Your DH, John Duplichan's batting. Where's number 3? First pitch to John is a ball outside.
So every batter so far has been in hitter's count. So, I mean, if this continues, I expect to see good things out of the Trojans.
I think so. All right, a 1-0 pitch. Fastball down the pipe. John swings and misses. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
So Morrison up there is a good-looking kid, John. Decent frame, decent size, but nothing overpowering here.
Nope. We should be fine. There's the 1-1 pitch to John. It's fouled off down the third base line.
I bet John Michael would like to have that one back.
We have another courtesy runner for our catcher, Preston Sloan. I think that's number 22, Patin. All right, so John's a little bit, our first batter kind of get himself in a little bit of a hole here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, that was close. Misses a little bit low. Pitcher wanted it. Morrison wanted it. John said, nope, I'm not swinging at that. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. There we go, folks. It's a big at bat for the Trojans. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. Oh, and it's fouled off. John's fighting up there. Now he's turned it into a quality at bat.
Yeah, that was a very good protective swing by John. He let the ball get deep on him, and he didn't try to do too much with it. You know, this is not his first time in this situation, John.
No, he knows what he's doing. He knows he just needs to put it in play. Maybe something on the ground. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to John. Curveball, stays up, misses.
Good take right there. Good take right there. Pressure's on the pitcher now.
Oh, yeah. You just flipped the at-bat. In the last 2 foul balls, you flipped the at-bat. And that's the name of the game. You get enough quality at-bats, you're going to win some baseball games.
That's correct.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to John Duplichin. Fastball misses. So that's going to be ball 4. And the Trojans are going to take a 1-0 lead. And coach for the Hornets is going to take a timeout and go talk to his pitcher. And that walk was brought to you by T&J Ford. And a run scored and that RBI, because John does get an RBI on that, is brought to you by Nason Swallow Allstate. Thank you. All right, so we got a little bit of a timeout, but Jacob, I don't think we could ask for a better start at the plate.
No, anytime you can put runs on the board in the first inning, it's a great thing. And making that drive from New Roads for the boys in blue, I know that their coach is a little upset right now, but the Navy in goal is a little excited. And if we can put up a crooked number here, we'd be sitting pretty.
That's going to be the name of the game right here. So we had. That was John Michael Duplichin, your DH, who gets a free pass to first base. And now we have Jude Hebert, your center fielder, who's also a senior. He wears number 11 for the Trojans.
Yeah, and Pointe Coupee, so they have the corners are up. The first baseman's 3 steps on the grass, and the middle's back here.
First pitch from Morrison misses outside to Jude.
They must have a scouting report about the bunt here. That's all I can guess why he's playing so close. But
yeah, but bases are loaded.
Better for us. We can slip one through the gap.
There you go. That's going to be a strike on Jude. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Bottom of the first. Trojans in business early. If we can manage to get a few more runs across. Bases are loaded with nobody out and 1 run across already. 1-1 you count to Hebert. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It misses low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. We talking about the weather earlier. We talking about Sacred Heart looking like we could win this game, and we're not getting cooperation. It wants to start raining. That's going to be a ball outside. 3-1 is now you count on Hebert. Yeah, we need the weather to cooperate now. This is not a time we want a game to be canceled due to the weather.
According to the weathermen, the percentages were in our favor, but at this point they have completely missed.
Yes, they have. All right, well, that's a strike to Hebert. That's going to even it. Well, I'm sorry, not to even it, but it's going to get the count full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still nobody out. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Hebert, and that's going to miss inside. Almost hit him. And that's going to give another free pass to the Trojans. And a run's going to cross the plate. So that free pass was brought to you by T&J Ford. And the run scored RBI, Nason Swallow Allstate. So, and just like that, Score is now 2-0 Trojans.
That's right, and Jude Hebert was on top of the plate, John. And let me tell you, that pitch didn't miss by far, but the perception to the umpire was that it was inside. Jude sold it well, and being on top of the plate, it just looks inside, and that's what those little things can do for you.
Yeah, it does. It's an interesting strategy that teams have, and it's not often I see umpires back anyone up, and you're allowed to basically keep your feet on the white line. You can't get over the plate, but anyway, I agree with you. He was so close to the plate. That was one ball. Ellis Chapman is your hitter. First pitch was a ball. Second pitch is a ball. At least I think it was a ball. Yeah, it's 2-0.
You know, we talk about it all the time. I mean, 90% or better of the time in high school, pitchers are pitching away. And they're going to just pitch away and pitch away and pitch away. And, I mean, the game plan of getting on top of the plate is a no-lose. Like, dare them to come in, dare them to not hit you, dare them to show that they have the command to do it.
Yep.
And until they do, stay on top of the plate and look away and just go with it.
Yeah, it is the name of the game these days. So, well, Ellis Chapman is your shortstop, and he's batting in the 6th hole, and he's ahead in the count. It's 2-0. And here comes that 2-0 pitch to Chapman. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner. He didn't like it, and it was close, but
I mean, and if they call that, you better be on top of the plate to have a chance at hitting it. And that's another thing. You know, we're dealing with these umpires, and that's more of an outside strike right there. The one before that is 2 balls off. So if you're not on top of the plate, you're not hitting it.
Exactly. All right, so just like that, and the count goes to 2-2. To Ellis Chapman, you shortstop, and here comes the pitch. It's a fouled out of play on the right side into the cemetery.
Just like we're talking about, 2-2, where they're at. They're outside. It's about 2 balls off, and he just gets enough on the bat out there to reach it.
All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch to Chapman. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle, lazy ground ball. It's going to be 1 out at second base and safe at first base. Woo, that was close. That was close. Ooh, the first baseman and the Hornet fans think he was out. Coach is calling a timeout. He says, I'll discuss it with you, but it's my call. I would think it's his call. I don't think the whole plate umpire, I don't think he can overrule he overruled him. He just called a double play.
Said his foot was off the bag, but the home plate umpire said it was not.
So what we had here is
help me out here,
action.
Jacob.
Yeah. So umpire at second is behind the mound. We have a 2-man crew here. We got one behind the plate and one behind the mound. The umpire behind the mound watched the play at second, called the runner safe because he missed the base by what looks like he's saying 8 to 12 inches.
Okay.
The coach from Pointe Coupee accepted that, and at first we had a bang play. He initially called the guy safe. Catholic Pointe Coupee guy challenged him. He said, I'll talk to the home plate umpire. The home plate umpire was confident he was out, so they reversed that call. However, we left with a runner on second and third because they did not get the guy out at second.
And there's a 1 out, and a run does cross the plate. So Sacred Heart is up 3-0. Now batting is Lane Jobert. That's going to miss inside. It counts 2-0 and Jobert. Jobert is playing third base tonight. So runners at second and third.
And
1
we got
out.
a crooked number, John.
We got the 3 runs. Still in the first inning. That's going to miss outside. 3-0 as you count the Jobert.
So Pointe Coupee's designed to bring everybody in. They feel in a little stress right here.
Yeah.
So, that opens up the field. So
that's going to be – so I got some sponsors to thank here. We did score another run. That was
courtesy of a fielder's choice.
Yeah, that walk is T&J Ford, and that run scored was Nason Swallow Allstate and that RBI. So I think we are gonna have a pitching change. Coach has seen enough, and it's a 3-0 score, 1 out, and the bases are loaded for the Trojans. Let's take a quick look in the bottom of the first. Let's take a quick little break, and then we'll be right back.
Fusions, permanent makeup, and other medical spa facial treatments. Call today to schedule your appointment with Brittany. 337-363-1111. That's 337-363-1111.
This is Coach Joey Swallow. If you're looking to get an edge on your game, I'm here to help you. I specialize in all aspects of baseball, softball training, as well as confidence training. Also, don't forget about Big Cat sports cards and comics for all your hobby needs. From vintage to modern players or comics, I have what you're looking for. Big Cat sports cards, always buying, selling, and trading.
Attention Trojan fans, your health is our priority and we're here to help. Whether you need immediate medical care, wish to schedule a wellness checkup, or require behavioral health services, Savoy Medical Center has you covered with clinics in Ville Platte and Mamou. Our dedicated team of providers is committed to delivering exceptional care and treating you like family. To schedule an appointment in Ville Platte, call 337-363-0075, or for an appointment in our Mamou clinic, call 337-468-4038. Savoy Medical Center, our family, healing yours.
At this time, Perry's Tire and Service, a proud supporter of the Sacred Heart Trojans, would like to remind everyone of their services. In addition to tires, Perry's Tire Service offers oil changes, brake services, alignments, and minor engine repair. They are located at 903 West Lincoln Road in Ville Platte. Give Kevin...
All right, folks. Welcome back. As the Trojans have the bases loaded. Trojans have the bases loaded. One out. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. That should get a tag up here. There's the catch. Oh, no go. All right. Nice play by the center fielder. That was Rylan Swallow, number 25 for the Trojans, your right fielder, who hits a fly ball to center field. No tag up on the play, and that's going to be 2 outs. And, Jacob, who's pitching now for the Hornets?
For the Hornets, we have Drew Saban, who is, there's a connection to Ville Platte, Sacred Heart graduate. Maggie Lahaye and her husband Byron, that is their senior. So I'm sure it feels good for them to be back in town and watch their son pitch on the mound at Aswell Capel.
Let's see what the lefty can do. Trojans typically struggle a little bit against lefties. And as I speak, he's only thrown 3 pitches. First was a first out fly ball to center field. And now he's thrown 2 strikes to Aaron Cormier, your second baseman for the Trojans, who wears number 13, the senior. So no balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Curveball. Starts one of them backdoor curveballs. Started outside on Cormier and was a swing and a miss. He made a good attempt, but just couldn't get to it. All right, so just like that, it's end of the first inning. Trojans are going to lead by a score of 3-0, and we're going to come back in a minute or two with the top of the second inning.
Or Lisa a call at 337-363-5621 for all of your automotive maintenance needs. HealthWorks Rehab is ready to get you back into the game. Physical therapists Andy Poche, David Vidrine, and Clay Langerneau are pleased to sponsor this broadcast for the Do or Die Trojan family. Call for an appointment at our Ville Platte Clinic at 1477 West LaSalle Street, 363-2600, or in Mamou at Savoy Medical Center, 468-0460. That's HealthWorks Rehab, helping everybody work. Teats Food Store, located at 2210 West Main in Ville Platte, specializes in quality smoked meats. Their award-winning smoked pure pork sausage, tasso, and boudin is filled with flavor that will make you come back for more. And that's not all. Teats offers a full line of groceries, beer, wine, liquor, gas, and much more. Oh, and Teats will ship their smoked meats all over the country. Visit their website at teatsfoodstore.com or give them a call at 337-363-1839 for more details.
All right, folks, welcome back to Aswell Capel Field in Ville Platte, Louisiana, home of your Sacred Heart Trojans. We're going to the top of the second inning. Ashton Duos is still pitching, and Trojans are leading 3-0. Here comes the first pitch from Duos. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Chapman's going to pick it up. He's going to throw to first. Scoop by John Aaron Swallow for the out. Nice little scoop right there.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the air today, John, but the left side of the infield for both teams is having a little trouble hitting first base.
Yeah, that was he just couldn't quite get it all the way, and John Aaron gave a good little scoop, kept the glove down.
Absolutely. And Ellis fielded that ball clean, got himself in a good position, and just short at first base a second.
All right, that was Jude Morrison. Now it's Carter DeVilliers. And we got a deep fly ball to right field. That's going to burn our right fielder, Swallow. We got to turn it first. We're making it's a stand-up double into second base for Carter DeVilliers, who is your starting right fielder and wears number 10 for the Hornets.
Yeah, Duos just threw that one right down the middle, which with a 3-0 lead's not the worst thing, and the guy put a good swing on it. Looks like Swallow got turned around a hair over there in right field. That ball had quite a bit of spin and tailed towards the right side. And, it would have gone over his head regardless. But anyway, leadoff double. A double on the play.
All right. And that out at first earlier in the last batter was brought to you by Perry's Tire and Savoy Medical Center. That was on that ground ball to shortstop from Morrison. All right, Duos tries to pick off DeVilliers at second base. DeVilliers slides in safely. Here comes the pitch to Hoddard. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Chapman's going to field it. He's going to throw it to first for the second out in time. Runner goes to third base on the throw. But 2 outs just like that with a runner at third. And let's see if Duos can put a little magic. I think it should be number 11, Faustin Guidry, number 8 hitter in the lineup.
And he's coming right at him. Duos is coming right at him, and that's exactly what we need, strikes.
Ooh. Sailed inside and hits him.
And I didn't mean it, literally.
So now we got runners at the corners. That's out at first again by Chapman to Swallow is brought to you by Perry's Tire and Savoy Medical Center. All right, so action's moving quickly now. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. It's your number 9 hitter, who's also the pitcher. Bats from the left side, pitches from the left side. That's Drew Savin. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to be a fly ball to center field. Hebert seems to have it, and he makes the catch to end the top of the second inning. So no harm done right there for the Trojans. So at the end of 1.5, Trojans lead the Hornets by a score of 3-0. We'll be back in a minute.
This game is being brought to you by Vidrine's Ace Hardware, located in Ville Platte and Rain. Go by and see Cody, Louise, Phillip, and the staff for all your hardware needs. Vidrine's is fully stocked with paint, mulch, grills, plumbing supplies, lawn and garden supplies, hunting supplies, electrical supplies, and much more. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Go Trojans! Best of luck to the Sacred Heart Trojans from Nason Swallow Allstate and the Swallow family. Allstate Insurance Agent Nason Swallow is now open for business and ready to serve you. Born and raised in Ville Platte, Nason is committed to providing our community and surrounding areas with the best insurance products and services. A local agent that you can count on to help protect all that matters in life. The friendly staff at Nason Swallow Allstate will set your mind at ease and will even do the switching and paperwork for you. Stop by or call today. Nason Swallow Allstate, 222 North Chautauqua Street in Ville Platte. Call 337-363-6767. The Law Office of Jacob Fuselier is pleased to sponsor this broadcast of Trojan Athletics. With offices in Ville Platte, Jacob Fuselier offers quality legal services to this community. So please call 363-6661 for all your legal needs, and let's go Trojans.
All right, folks. We're back to the action. We're going to start the bottom of the second inning with our leadoff hitter for the inning and our leadoff hitter for the game, and that's Ashton Duos, your starting pitcher for the Trojans, who wears number 4. So let's see if the Trojans can repeat what we did in the bottom of the first. But now we're facing Savin, the lefty. Ooh, and he fools Duos with that first pitch, curveball. Going to start off 0-1 on Duos. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's a fly ball to center field. It's a deep fly ball. Center fielder gets a beat on it and makes the catch right at the wall. I didn't think it had carried that far, but it did.
Savin looped in a little breaking ball, and Ashton got a good piece of it. He hit it to the right center gap, and I'd say 2 steps from the wall. That ball carried quite a ways.
It did. I didn't realize the center fielder, and let's see if you get a name on him. That was
Caps.
Yep. That was Caps. He made a good play on that. I didn't realize he was playing so deep, or he's that fast to get there. All right, 1-0 as you count to John Aaron Swallow. Now it's 1-1. He's batting from the right side. He's wearing number 10 tonight and playing first base. I believe the count's 1-1.
Yes, it is.
That one misses inside. That would have been one to wear right there. A little curveball on the inside.
So Savan's he's not big in stature.
Nope.
The Ville Platte genetics are oozing. And however, he's crafty little lefty up there. It's I like what I see.
Yeah, everything's around the plate. A lot of movement. Curveball, tails in. He's got some spin on that ball too. That one's going to miss high and outside.
Yeah, the Trojans tend to struggle against left-handed pitchers.
Yep. Let's see if we can turn it around for the rest of this game. There's the pitch to Swallows, fouled off, nearly hits Coach Kane.
I don't know about you, John, but it looks like 2 or 3 breaking balls to 1 fastball right here.
Yeah, oh yeah. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Swallow. Misses inside for ball 4. So Swallow, a good quality at bat right there, is going to take a free pass to first base, which is brought to you by T&J Ford. All right, so we now have a runner at first base. That's Swallow. You got your number 3 hitter. Where's number 9, your catcher, Preston Sloan, up to bat for the Trojans. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be another high fly ball to center field. Center field is going to camp under it and make the out for the second out of the inning. So just got under it a little bit.
Well, just a little over-aggressive. Sloan's got really quick hands. He's a really good hitter. I think, with no strikes, he just needs to pick better pitches to swing at.
Yeah. All right, so 2 outs. John Aaron Swallow still at first base. John Michael Duplichan is your hitter. You clean up, DH for the Trojans. Another pitch that could have been worn right there off of the leg, but John takes it inside for ball 1.
Just need a little patience at the plate. Make sure if we swing at pitches, it's good pitches.
Ooh. Still up. Wow, John Michael's looking at umpire like, well, okay, thank you. That's a 2-0 count. Savan almost made a boo-boo right there and went into the windup. Now he's back in the stretch. Swallows at first, takes a nice lead. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to John. Oh, misses inside. I was waiting to see the umpire possibly call strike. Had a lot of movement.
John Aaron's playing a little cat and mouse game at first base. Maybe he's got the pitcher a little distracted here.
I think he does. All right, so John works it to 3-0. He's in business here. John Aaron Swallows at first base. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a strike. The perfect pitch to hear you go home at night and say, man, that 3-0 pitch he threw to me when I had to take signal was the best pitch I saw all night.
Yeah, and being in a 3-1 count versus a 2-2 is a really big difference.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's a strike on the corner, and sure was. I'm gonna play umpire for a second, and I'm gonna say that was a strike.
I'll give the pitcher credit. Nice pitch right there, 3-1.
Yes, it was. All right, so John's got himself in a full count now. Savan got himself back in business. 2 outs, full count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to third base. Third baseman backhands it, flings it to first in the dirt, but scooped up by the first baseman. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. Nice play by the third baseman and the first baseman for the Hornets to make that 3rd out of the inning. All right, folks, let's take another little break, and we'll come back to the top of the 3rd inning as your Trojans are leading by a score of 3-0.
Some life events you can anticipate, while others surprise you. Some are significant enough to affect your household finances, your investment strategy, and even your vision of the future. This is when meeting with an experienced financial professional counts. Brandy Fontenot at Fontenot Financial Services can help pre-retirees and retirees plan in anticipation of life events, as well as adjust plans in response to unexpected changes. They are prepared to help clients through their life and retirement transitions and make any necessary changes. Give her a call at 337-363-2346 or stop by 1301 West LaSalle Street in Ville Platte. This game is brought to you in part by Total Automotive, 610 Tate Cove Road in Ville Platte. Total Automotive is your go-to place for all automotive repairs, tires, AC service, and much more. Total Automotive is an authorized CarQuest auto parts dealer featuring everything you need to get you back on the road with confidence. Total Automotive is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 7 a.m. to noon. Go Trojans! Total Automotive in Ville Platte. Call 337-363.
All right, folks. Welcome back to Azle Capel Field, home of your Sacred Heart Trojans, as they host the Hornets Catholic of Pointe Coupee. Here's the first pitch from Duos to start the third. It's coming. It's a high pop-up coming right at us, Jacob. Can Sloan get it? Yes, he does. Woo, that's I tell you what. Oh, look out. Sails it into right field, but that's all right. That was a high foul ball that looked like it was coming right at us. But as they always teach in baseball, which way does the ball end up going?
Towards the field.
Towards the field.
Sloan did a nice job. He made that look easy. One pitch and one out. And an update on the girls' softball game in the third inning. Sacred Heart at St. Edmund. The score is 1-1. So the Trojans playing at the Blue Jays today. Tied at 1 in the third.
Very good. Thank you, Coach. There's a foul ball this way. All right, so that was Brooks Capps, your center fielder, who's been making all those plays out there, who fouls out to Preston Sloan for the first out. But now you have Micah Nipple, your shortstop, wears number 16 for the Hornets. And Duos started him with a first pitch strike that was fouled off. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Can Hebert get it? He got it for the second out of the inning. I couldn't see him. I was blocked. But he came flying in, it looked like, and
has very good speed out there in the center field. I mean, he's fast, so it's a very good kick on there.
He got a tremendous jump on the ball, too, and the batter hit that off the end of the bat, which can be very deceiving when you're in the outfield. It makes a loud noise, and it doesn't go very far. He got a great jump and made a great catch.
Curveball, foul ball down the third base side. It's Parker Jewell now, I believe. Let's make sure. He looks like a catcher. This should be number 7. All right, so no balls, 1 strike to Parker. Here comes the pitch from Duos. It's a curveball. I agree with the umpire on that one. It was a check swing, but Jewell did check his swing. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the third. Here's the pitch from Duos, misses low. 2 balls and a strike is now your count. 2 outs.
Duos looking good, John. He's in a little groove.
Yep, and I like his pace. He's working fast. Oh, that's going to miss inside. Nearly hits Parker.
Yep, working in, working away. I think he's got him guessing a little bit. Throwing strikes, avoiding any kind of major trouble.
All right. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Duos. He's pitching from the windup. There's the pitch. Misses up. Free pass for Parker. That's going to bring up your cleanup hitter, your third baseman.
I tell you, he's calling that up, but that's not far from a strike. And, that's very similar to the one where John Michael looked at the umpire for 5 seconds because he expected it to be a strike. That was the same pitch.
All right. Runner at first with 2 outs. Carson Crabtree. They put number 15 on him, but he's number 13.
I got Crabtree as the third baseman. This is left. This is not.
Now it's number. Notice, the. Yeah, the first on the scorecard they have 15. 1 ball, no strikes. Misses inside. Duos gets behind. It's 2-0. Cormier is going to come talk to him, try to calm him down. Yeah, so this should be Carson Crabtree, number 13. Yep, third baseman. All right, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third. Trojans lead by a score of 3-0. Duos checks him over there, makes a little toss to first base. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Duos. It's going to be a base hit. Oh, nice diving effort by Cormier, but he doesn't quite get to it. But it is a base hit into right field. So the Hornets have a little action going with 2 outs right here. That's going to bring up number 12, Jude Morrison, for the Hornets. Jude is your pit. Well, he was your starting pitcher. I didn't notice what position he went to. Did y'all notice?
I just presumed he swapped places in left field with Savan, but I can't confirm.
Okay, we're gonna do that. All right. So, 2 outs. Runners at first and second for the Hornets. Duas is pitching from the stretch. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a strike down the middle. Good pitch to start that at bat from Duas. Okay.
Playing straight up in the outfield here, giving them room, trying to avoid the double. I'd like to see us hug the lines a little bit more, but we're in good spots.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside and low. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's see if Duas can get himself out of, I won't call it a jam, but he does have runners on the bases, but 2 outs, and he's got a good defense behind him. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Curveball misses. Tried to get him to fish at that one.
You know, when they talk about experience, it's these moments where that experience really pays off. You get a couple base runners on, you get a little action going on, a little chatter in the dugout. He doesn't look shook at all.
Nope. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Duas. Misses up. Uh-oh. Looks like he just having maybe a little, and then, a little bit of rain we had. Balls might be a little bit sticky, a little bit of mud on them. The wet.
We one good pitch out of this, though. We one good pitch away.
Here comes a 3-1 pitch. There it is. It's a foul ball out of play. Preston makes an attempt, looks at it, and it falls harmlessly behind us. But it does even the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, with that 3-1 count, those high school hitters, they start salivating, and if you can put it around the plate, they're usually going to take a hack.
Yep. All right, so we got a full count, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here comes the pitch from Duas. It's a high fly foul ball out of play.
Runners on the move. They broke with the pitch there.
Yep. So we're gonna repeat that 3-2 pitch.
This is where Sloan comes into play as well. When you're not afraid to spike a breaking ball, it's nice.
There's another foul ball. So what a heck of an at bat right here for Morrison.
Yeah, he's definitely down at the plate with 2 strikes.
I know Coach got confidence that he can call it off speed. Sloan's going to block it up and make the throw to first.
Yep. Oh, look at that. See? Shaking it off. Oh, they having a discussion here.
And I see shaking. Preston's real emphatic about what he wants him to throw.
So let's see what it is. There it is.
Uh-oh.
So it's a fly ball. It's a deep fly ball to left center field. Zach's got it at the wall.
Sir.
Oh, and bangs off the wall. Ooh. He hit the wall pretty hard. Hopefully he's okay. He does have there he is. All right, Zach. Heck of a catch from Zach Fontenot at the wall.
Great play out there in left field.
To end the top of the 3rd.
I mean, he put a charge in that one, John. I was a little nervous. I think that south wind helped us out a little bit, and we made a great catch.
If it's about one of those 85-degree hot, sunny days, that could be gone. All right.
Hey, with that being said, guess what? We got out the inning.
All right, folks. I'm going to go over a little bit of business here that you need to hear. The Blue and Gold Sports Network is a community and fan-based production for amusement purposes only. It is not intended for commercial or business representation. Any audio or visual content portrayed or associated with the Blue and Gold Sports Network does not necessarily represent or comply with the views or permissions or policies of any school or organization or individual seen, heard, or mentioned. The Blue and Gold Sports Network is an affiliate of the Blue and Gold Champ Club, commonly known as the Booster Club. We'd like to express our appreciation to Father Tom, Ms. Dawn, Coach Jacob, and all the faculty and staff to give us the opportunity to broadcast this event. Also, for your enjoyment of this free broadcast, please consider a small PayPal or Venmo contribution by finding the links in the description of this YouTube event. So the Blue and Gold Sports Network is proudly run on a volunteer basis. Therefore, your contributions do not pay us. They directly support our students. We help to provide students with things like T-shirts, team meals, sports equipment, field maintenance, uniforms, charter buses, and much more for both high school and elementary students. No contribution is too small. Thank you in advance for your generosity. And now we're going to go back to the action as we're going to start the bottom of the third with number 11, your fifth hitter in the lineup, your center fielder, Jude Hebert. Here comes the pitch, and it misses outside. So 1-0 on Hebert. And Savan is still pitching, your lefty, with the Ville Platte connection, is on the mound for the Hornets. 1-0 to Hebert. That's going to be a fly ball into right field, and that right fielder is playing that shallow right field to take hits away just like that. Yeah. It's kind of the recipe for defenses these days is the right fielder plays very shallow to take those hits away. Another pitch that just misses our hitters. That's that. And I see Coach Kane is looking at it like, yep, you should be wearing that. 1-0, 2-0. Here's your count. That one misses low and outside. Yeah, that's three pitches, David, that could have been, we could have got some free bases, and we didn't take them. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Misses. 3-0 is now your count.
Softball is now up 2-1. He did the same age in the top of the third bases. So good job by the second one.
All right. 3-0 is your count to Ellis Chapman, your shortstop. Oh, and that's going to be that 3-0 pitch that he goes home and tells his dad that it was right down the pipe, and I should have hit that one. But he had to take signal. All right, 3-1. There's a base hit into right field if Chapman gets to first base, and he does. Good hustle by Chapman not to even draw a throw to first base. So that was a base hit right between a second baseman and the first baseman. Right fielder fields it, and there was no attempt at first base. Chapman hustled over to first base.
How they call it, hit it where it's pitched, John. Exactly. That was a very disciplined swing.
Yep. All right, so we got a runner at first with one out. Lane Jobert is now batting. Nice little take right there on a curveball that just missed a little up and out. Lane's playing third base tonight. Where's number 16? Got Ellis Chapman takes his lead at first base. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Savan. That's going to miss low. 2-0 is your count. Coach is saying it's got to be right down the pipe. Don't help him out. 2 balls, no strikes to Jobert. Here comes the pitch. 3-0. That was close. That was close.
Yeah.
Little low. I don't know. Here comes the 3-0 pitch to Jobert. That's gonna miss outside.
I'm glad I'm not the pitcher. I'd be a little frustrated.
I would have been frustrated from that one. It to me it looked like it started right over the middle of the plate, stayed on the inside corner, possibly a little low. But it doesn't matter now. That free pass was brought to you by T&J Ford. So, Trojans have a little bit of action. One out. We're in the bottom of the third. Trojans lead by a score of 3-0. Runners at first and second. And your right fielder, Rylan Swallow, wears number 25, is your batter. Savan still on the mound. That's going to be a strike. That was a good pitch. That started off outside corner and worked its way almost back to the inside corner.
Yeah, nice breaking pitch by Savan to lead him off.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Swallow. That's a deep fly ball to left field. Left fielder gets a beat on it. He's going to camp under it for the second out of the inning. Runners go back to their position, to their bases. 2 outs. That was not a bad piece of hitting by Swallow. Put a good bit of barrel on that one.
No, he threw a fastball right in the heart of the plate, and he just missed it and hit it a little up in the air, but he put a good swing on it and hit it pretty deep. I mean, that's just baseball sometimes.
Yep. All right, so now that was a breaking point right there, because it was there's 2 outs now, runners at first and second. Aaron Cormier is your batter. It's going to be a fly ball to the second baseman to pop up in the infield for the third out of the inning. All right, so at the end of 3 complete innings, your Trojans are leading the Hornets by a score of 3-0. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
7-7-7-1. Good luck, Trojans. From Capital Planning in Ville Platte, owners Todd, Marcus, and Amy Vale invite you to come in or call today. Capital Planning offers life insurance, retirement planning, tax planning, investments, and more. Capital Planning has been helping customers since 1989. They're located at 616 West Main Street in Ville Platte, or give them a call at 337-363-1797. Their office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They hope to see you soon. Go Trojans. T&J Ford, located at 1231 West Main Street in Ville Platte, wishes the Sacred Heart Trojans the best of luck. At T&J Ford, we're proud to serve the people of Ville Platte and surrounding communities with some of the most popular vehicles around Louisiana. We have a top-notch selection of brand-new vehicles to choose from, as well as an extensive inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Come by and check out our selection of crossovers, SUVs, and trucks. Plus, we have an in-house parts and service department for all your needs. That's T&J Ford. Call 337-363-2153. Or visit our website at tjfordinc.com. Dr. Jake LaFleur is a proud supporter of Sacred Heart Trojan Athletics. His practice covers primary care for adults, including annual wellness visits, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer screenings, and more. Call his office at 337-363-7036 or come by 503 Jack Miller Road to schedule an appointment. Most insurances are accepted. Go Trojans. Go Trojans from Dr. Brandon.
All right, folks. Welcome back to Pointe Field, home of your Sacred Heart Trojans. As we go to the top of the 4th inning, your Hornets are coming up to bat down by a score of 3-0. Ashton Duos, your starting pitcher of the Trojans, is still on the mound. Here comes the first pitch. That's going to be a fastball, grounded ball to shortstop. Shortstop Ellis Chapman makes the play for the first out of the inning, which was brought to you by Perry's Tire and Softball Medical Center.
Yeah, the last couple throws from Ellis have been on the money, so those it looks like we shook out all the jitters that were going on early on.
Yep. All right, and that was number 10, Carter DeVilliers. Now we got number 6, another Carter Hoddard. First pitch from Duos is a strike to Hoddard. Gets ahead in the count, no balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Duos. Foul ball, out of play. Duos in good shape early off of Hoddard. No balls, 2 strikes. He's ready to throw that next pitch. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. High fly ball to left field. Zach's calling for it. Oh, Hebert calls him off. I like to see the communication. That's the way we taught. Right fielder called it, center fielder called him off.
Fly ball priority, and in that instance, the center fielder has priority. Anytime he calls him off, he takes charge.
Yep, 2 seniors out there communicating like seniors.
Absolutely, and that was a very defensive swing by the batter. Ashton made a good pitch. It was a fastball up with a little juice on it, and he just couldn't catch up to it.
And there's the first pitch to number 11, Faustin Guidry, and that's a strike from Duos. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to Guidry. As another fly ball, this one's straight to Zach in left field. He gets a beat on it and makes the catch to end the top of the 4th very quick. That couldn't have been more than...
Well, it's like we talked about. When you get ahead, you can be aggressive on the mound. That's what we're doing. They've hit a couple balls square right at us, but hey, I mean, that's baseball. We still ahead 3-0, and we're minimizing the walks. That's a good thing.
All right, well, let's take a little break, and we're going to come back in a minute to see what the Trojans can do in the bottom of the 4th.
Fontenot and staff, located at 421 Jack Miller Road in Ville Platte. Dr. Brandon provides internal medicine services along with all of your endoscopy needs. Dr. Brandon accepts most major insurances and is currently accepting new patients. So give them a call today at 337-363-5684. And once again, go Trojans.
Hi everyone, I'm State Representative Rhonda Butler for District 38, and I want to congratulate the healthcare providers at Mercy Regional Medical Center for being champions of patient safety. You reduced hospital readmissions by 43% in 1 year, and you continue to make significant improvements.
Having a transition of care nurse touch base with those patients within the first 2 to 3 days when they're home. has really made a difference.
We focused on congestive heart failure patients who nationally have a very high risk of readmissions.
If they have any fluid gain, we catch that early in the course of the process. We've been able to make adjustments to keep those patients who used to show up every 2 to 3 weeks in the hospital, now treating them as an outpatient and keeping them out.
All right, folks. Welcome back to Azle-Coppell Field. Is that Ashton Duas up to bat again? He's led off. This is the third time he leads off the inning, 3 out of 4 innings.
I like it.
Yep.
I bet Coach Kane likes it too.
That's a strike on the outside corner, so evens the count at 1-1 to Duas. Savan's still on the mound.
Speaking of Savan, John, Savan is actually the great-grandson of longtime Sacred Heart employee Miss Janie LaHaye, and the son of Maggie LaHaye. We were talking earlier about the LaHayes and about our other alumni, Miss Jordan LaHaye, who just wrote a very interesting book that's about to come out called Home of the Happy that you might be interested in checking out, dealing with the mystery behind Mr. Aubrey LaHaye.
Yep. So kudos to Jordan for writing that book that's going to be very popular in this area of the country. I'm looking forward to getting my copy. All right. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Duas, who's leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Trojans. That misses. Yeah, that's outside. That was maybe over the batter's box white line, but it sure wasn't over the plate.
Yeah, they catching that from the wrong angle, but that was definitely off the plate.
Yep. So Duas is going to earn a T&J Ford free pass to first base. There is a courtesy runner at first base.
That's Manuel again.
That's Sully.
Yep.
Sully Manuel is courtesy running, which there is a difference. Courtesy running versus pinch running. You could courtesy run all day for the pitcher and the catcher. So that was a foul ball to John Aaron Swallow, batting in the second hole for the Trojans, playing first base. That one's going to be spiked in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to John Aaron.
You know, speaking of Ashton Duas leading off again, it's usually a good sign when the lineup keeps turning over, John.
Yes, it is. If you could, yeah, can't argue with that. Nothing like better than to bat 5 or 6 times in a ball game. But nice little flip over there. Little no-look flip from Savan to first base.
It looks like our girls softball team has had a little rally. They're leading St. Ed's 3-1 in the bottom of the 3rd.
Very good. All right, that's going to sail high. Pitch from Savan to Swallow. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's Sully Manuel at first base, taking a lead off of the lefty. Here comes the pitch from Savan. That's going to be a strike. That was a good pitch. Started on the outside corner, worked its way back over the middle of the plate.
Yeah, definitely not his hitter's pitch, which John Aaron, being disciplined, was looking for something he could drive.
2-2 pitch to Swallow. That's going to be a slow ground ball to second base that should get a runner over to second, and they get Swallow out in time at first base for the the first out of the inning.
So, yeah, basically the same pitch as the previous one. He threw a little backdoor looping curveball, and John Aaron just had to, put a defensive swing on it and did the best he could.
Yep, so now we have a runner at second base. Preston Sloan, your catcher, is now batting. He was a little impatient. We agreed last at bat and swung at the first pitch. He takes this pitch high for ball 1. So Preston could really see something he likes here. Second go around off of Savan. Put something deep. Get another run in. There's the pitch. That one was a little bit closer than the previous backdoor curveball. So umpire says, yep, that's strike 1. So now 1 ball, 1 strike to Preston. Here comes the pitch. Oh, he gets under. It's a foul ball. Looks like it's going to be out of play. It tried to come back, but not this time.
Yeah, that caught a lot of the plate, and Preston just didn't square it up. It's a shame because I thought maybe the Pichu house in the back would have been in trouble.
He fouls that one off. think it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. The scoreboard has 1-1, but it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Savan checks his runner at second. Here comes the pitch. Oh, Preston takes a swipe at that low outside curveball. Just trying to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he just couldn't catch up to it.
Yeah, and I've seen many good things out of Preston at the plate, but if there's one critique, he just expands the zone a little bit too much and gets himself in trouble.
Yep. Yeah, that wasn't a good pitch to swing at, but let's see. John Michael Duplashan, your cleanup hitter for the Trojans, wears number 3. He's the DH tonight. He gets to try to pick up an RBI with 2 outs right here if he can get a base hit. And it's going to be a line drive to second base to end the bottom of the 4th inning. So at the end of 4, your Trojans are holding on to those 3 runs that they scored in the 1st inning. 3-0 is your score over the Pointe Coupee Hornets. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Hospital long term.
Thanks to all the healthcare professionals that made this possible, and thank you for your life-saving work.
Did you know that Savoy Cancer Center offers infusion treatments and injections in gastroenterology, rheumatology, endocrinology, and immunology? That's right. You can receive your infusion or injections right here in Evangeline Parish, close to home. At Savoy Cancer Center, our goal is to treat you like family, providing comfort and hope as your long-term partners in care of your chronic condition. Ask your doctor about receiving your specialty infusion therapy or injection close to home at Savoy Cancer Center. For more information, call 337-468-3099. Savoy Cancer Center, close to home.
It takes more than our strong community bank to service our customers. It takes our frontline employees, our lenders, and our customer service representatives to create our customers' experiences. Our customers know our people, and our people know our customers. It's just part of our Southern nature. It's the Louisiana way, the Evangeline way. It's our heritage. It's who we are. We are the Evangeline Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, folks. Welcome back to Capel Field. Trojans are leading 3-0 in the top of the 5th already. We got Savan up to the plate. Your current pitcher for the Hornets. He looks at first strike from Duas. Duas is looking good on the mound. Hopefully he can keep it up here in the top of the 5th. And 2 strikes right away.
Yeah, and that's the contrast. The Hornets have been behind on every batter starting off, and Ashton's been ahead of every batter.
Ooh, that's close.
That's a strike, John.
I think it is.
I mean, that's a strike. He's just missing those.
I don't. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna call it 1 ball, 2 strikes to Savan. That misses. To Duas. Starts off 0-2 on Savan. Savan says, "Wait a minute, that's too fast." Looks at 2 balls in a row. Works the count to 2-2. There's going to be a ground ball to Cormier at second. Cormier's going to field it, throw it over to Swallow in time for the first out of the inning.
Very comfortable routine play there by Cormier.
Yep. And that out at first was sponsored by Perry's Tire and Savoy Medical Center. So that's going to bring up number 2 for the Hornets, your leadoff hitter, Brooks Caps.
Like you said, Ashton's working quick. He's in a rhythm. I think he feels good. Throwing a lot of strikes. This could carry us a long ways.
Sure can. Here's the first pitch. Little off speed. Comes in for first strike to Caps.
Your coach was telling me he was scheduled to start against Pine Prairie, which got rained out on Saturday, so they just moved him up over to this game. And I think on the back end they were possibly thinking about Vail coming in.
Sam Vail.
Sam Vail,
the senior. All right, 0-2 to Caps. Duas wastes one there, goes outside. See if Caps wouldn't fish for that one, but
good pitch.
Yep, I'll take it. Now watch this. Here comes that 1-2 pitch. And you see, I figured he was coming back inside, and I like it.
A very good sequence. A fastball away, a competitive fastball away. He had to think about it. Then he tried to backdoor him on the curveball, and he just got a piece of it.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Caps. That was
got him to chase a high breaking ball.
High breaking ball. And strike three, second out of the inning.
You know, 9 times out of 10, when you chasing a pitch out the zone, the result is not very good.
Not very good. That strikeout was brought to you by Ace Hardware and HealthWorks Rehab. So 2 outs quickly here in the top of the 5th. Fastball, strike 1 to Micah Nipple, wears number 16, plays shortstop. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Oh, that one misses up. This is the first hitter of the inning. I think that Duas doesn't start off 0-2, if I'm not mistaken.
No, and as the game goes on, he's getting better. I mean, he looks like he's got a little more zip on his fastball, a little more break on his breaking ball. Things are looking good here.
All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch from Duas. That's a strike. That just nicked the outside corner, which in my book, that's a strike all day long, whether it touches it or just a hair off. But he caught the piece of that corner. So here comes the 1-2, 2-out pitch. Fastball misses, swing and a miss to end the top of the 5th inning. Duas is looking sharp. So at the end of 4.5 innings, Trojans are still holding on to that 3-0 lead. We'll be back in a minute after you hear a few commercials from our sponsors.
Get ready for hunting season with the outdoor experts at Industrial Service and Supply. Hunting stands are in stock now. Ladders, box stands, lock-ons, tripods, and climbing tree stands. Comfortable, silent, sturdy, and secure. Find any stand to fit your needs this hunting season. And remember to grab your safety harness at Industrial Service and Supply. For hardware hunting, fishing, and more, Industrial Service and Supply in Ville Platte. Shh, it's hunting season at Industrial Service and Supply in Ville Platte.
Level and TC Materials are proud to sponsor the Sacred Heart Trojan season. The team at Level TC is committed to providing exceptional quality and service for all of your dirt work, land clearing, and leveling needs. From limestone, fill sand, and topsoil to house pads, driveways, and grading, Level TC's got you covered. Contact us today at 337-466-7242.
All right, folks. Welcome back to Pointe Coupee Field, home of your Sacred Heart Trojans, as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jude Hebert, number 11, your center fielder for the Trojans, will be starting off the inning at the plate. Savan, the lefty for the Hornets, is doing a great job of keeping the Trojans off of the scoreboard, as the Trojans haven't scored a run since he's been in the game. Here's the first pitch to Hebert. There's that backdoor curveball.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy. Not a lot of velocity. He throws 2 pitches. It looks like a fastball and a curveball. He's keeping it around the plate. We just have been unable to hit it very hard.
There's a fly ball to center field. Actually, the second baseman makes the catch.
We are swinging at some pitches off the plate when we're ahead of the count, so we're kind of playing into his game. But we've put runners on. We just hadn't got timely hits since he's been in the game.
Yep. All right, so that's going to bring up your shortstop, sophomore Ellis Chapman. See what Ellis can do in his next day. He had a base hit. I think our only hit off of Savan, if I'm not mistaken. It was a base hit into the right field.
He did. He did a nice piece of hitting, took a ball off the plate away and drove it into right center.
There's a ground ball back to the pitcher, fielded by Savan, flipped to first base for the second out of the inning. So I tell you what, as good as Duas is looking on the heel, Savan is matching it.
Yeah, so the first hitter, Hebert, hits it off the cap of the bat. Then Chapman follows up and basically hits it off the handle. So it just shows there's a little deception. There's some sort of deception that's preventing us from hitting it on the barrel.
There you go, Lane. Lane takes a hit by pitch, gets a free pass to first base.
Yeah, that's his second hit by pitch this game, and he doesn't look too phased. And John, he's certainly not moving out the way.
No.
I mean, he looks like a mannequin.
So we're going to call that walk, or technically it's not a walk, but a hit by pitch. T&J Ford. Thank you, T&J Ford. That brings up a Swallow for the Trojans. Ryland Swallow, your right fielder. Jobert takes a small lead at first base with the lefty Savan on the mound. Ball's going to be in the dirt. Jobert thought about it. That's one of those where they teach you if you can read it in the dirt. But, boy, sometimes it's hard to pick up, especially with a lefty like that. But if you can read it in the dirt, Coach wants you on second base. They
Yeah.
throw you out, you're out. But
And you got to know your speed.
yep,
I'm afraid if he'd have taken off on that one, it'd have been trouble.
could have been. You just have to really anticipate it at about 50-something feet, 54, 55 feet that it's going to hit the dirt. 3-0s you count to Ryland Swallow. Lane Jobert is going to shrink that lead at first. There's the pitch. That's going to sail outside. So Savan gets himself in a little bit of trouble that we haven't seen yet. Hits Jobert to give him the free pass to first. Walks Ryland Swallow on 4 straight. So
If a little ball in the dirt or a pass ball can move our runners over, 3-0 is a good spot to be in, but 5-0 would be a whole lot better.
all right, and here's your odds, right? Duos is led off 3 times. Aaron is up to bat right now with 2 outs. He's in number 9. Will Duos lead 4 innings in a game?
Well, the odds in our favor, John. That means good things might happen.
That's exactly right. Oh, and there's a foul ball. Get out of play, and there it goes. Sails harmlessly on the road in the curve.
Yeah, we're due for a big hit. I'd like to see Cormier come through in the clutch right here.
I kind of like David's thoughts on that. You got a lefty pitcher, and you could drag one down the third base line. That's bases loaded for Duos.
He's got room on a soft field post-rain.
Oh, that's going to be a strike. Yeah, that's a good pitch.
Yeah, Savan threw a good pitch right there. Backdoor breaker again.
All right, let's see. I got to play the odds. He's about to hit Cormier. He's going to just hold on to it too long.
He's on top of the plate again.
He's going to hit Cormier right here on the 0-2 pitch. Let's see. Oh, it's a fly ball to center field. Center fielder gets a beat on it and makes the catch. So, as I mentioned, Duos will lead off 4 times in 4 games. That you're not going to see that too often. All right. So at the end of 5, it's your score: Trojans 3, Hornets 0. We'll be back in a minute.
Go Trojans!
Do you know that Brown's Furniture has access to every single recliner, sofa, reclining chair, and sectional made by La-Z-Boy? And that means if La-Z-Boy makes it, you can get it. At Brown's, you'll be amazed by the styles and color selection from La-Z-Boy, including reclining sofas that'll knock your socks off, and recliners and motion furniture that gives a whole new meaning to comfort. So, if La-Z-Boy makes it, you can get it through Brown's. That's Brown's Furniture Showplace, all locations.
La Bonne Vie Family Healthcare and Aesthetics, located at 238 East Main Street in Ville Platte, is a full-service family practice. In addition, Brittany Miller, family nurse practitioner, administers Botox, dermal fillers, laser treatments, IV infusions, permanent makeup, and other medical spa facial treatments. Call today to schedule your appointment with Brittany. 337-363-1111. That's 337-363-1111.
This is Coach Joey Swallow. If you're looking to get an edge on your game, I'm here to help you. I specialize in all aspects of baseball, softball training, as well as confidence training. Also, don't forget about Big Cat sports cards and comics for all your hobby needs. From vintage to modern players or comics, I have what you're looking for. Big Cat sports cards, always buying, selling, and trading.
All right, folks, we're back in Ville Platte, Louisiana. Sacred Heart Trojans are up by a score of 3-0 over the Hornets.
Yeah, and Ashton to this point has thrown 58 pitches, which is a strong outing so far.
Number 7, Parker Jewell is your batter for the Hornets. Woo! Just a bit inside. Sailed right at us. You didn't even flinch, Coach.
No, I don't know if that's a good sign there, John. Because it was coming right at my head.
I want what you're drinking.
It's right. Age, I think.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to Chapman at short. He's going to make the throw to first base across the diamond to Swallow. John Aaron Swallow at first base for the first out of the 6th inning. And that out at first is brought to you by Perry's Tire and Softball Medical Center.
Yeah, defensively, both teams have kind of cleaned things up. It's been been a very clean defensive game the last few innings.
Yep. All right, so that's going to bring up number 13, Crabtree. First pitch. Oh, what an effort by Cormier, but it's a base hit into right field by Crabtree. Hey,
he certainly laid out. It was like Superman there.
I tell you what, Aaron Cormier, that was a heck of an effort. Completely went horizontal, and if he was probably 4 or 5 inches taller, he probably would have made that catch.
Sports Center top 10 too, by the way.
Yep. All right, so Crabtree reaches first base on the base hit, and this should bring up number 12, Jude Morrison, with 1 out. There's the pitch. Curveball, out of play, foul ball. Nice start by Duas. He fooled Crabtree. Morrison with that curveball.
Yeah. If that's number 5, that's their ace.
Their guy. Yeah.
Bosberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No balls, 1 strike to Morrison. Here's the pitch from Duas. Low and outside. Pretty good lead over there at first base. Preston looked at him after he made a good stop. Thought about maybe a little backdoor.
Yeah, I noticed OC respected Sloan behind the plate. Looks like Pointe Coupee does as well.
Yep. Check over from Duas to first base. Just to keep
Morrison reminds me at the plate a lot like Sloan in his approach here.
There's the pitch. There's a fly ball to Zach Fontenot over there in left field. He gets a beat on it, sits under it, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So good job by Duas, good job by Zach. Zach's getting probably more catches today than I bet he'd have possibly all season long. Doing a good job over there in left field.
Yeah, Ashton threw a nice fastball on. It was middle in, and Morrison just couldn't quite get in the hands to it.
All right, so 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th. Trojans are leading by a score of 3-0. The Hornets have a runner at first. That's going to be low and outside from Duas, and that's number 10, Carter DeVilliers for the Hornets up to bat.
Looks like Sam Vaillan's getting loose as well.
Interesting. Little chess match going on here. There's the pitch from Duas. That's a fastball down the pipe.
Just precautionary measures there, Coach Pete. Just precautionary.
Yeah.
I like the way Duas is cruising along. I don't think there's anything concerning yet.
No. Here's the 1-1 as you count. 2 outs. Runner at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball fouled off into the cemetery. No harm, no foul.
No, and a nice pitch by Ashton. The hitter was behind on it, so he's either going to play a guessing game right here or he's going to get lucky.
There we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th. Runner at first. Duas checks him. Ooh, Dewey. Good job by John Aaron Swallow over there to make sure he catches the ball first. Then worry about the tag later.
Yeah, let's worry about the hitter here.
Yeah, here comes that 1-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss for strike 3. Duas is looking sharp, and that strikeout was brought to you by Ace Hardware and HealthWorks Rehab. And that's going to do it in the top of the 6th for the Hornets. They're going to have one more chance to score 3 or possibly even more. Depends on what the Trojans could do in the bottom of 6. But they're down 3-0 with 1 at bat left. So, tell you what, folks. I'm going to give us a little message here. We are taking Blue Gold Sports Network sponsors. We're looking for the 25-26 season already. We're thinking ahead, and we're trying. We're not going to sit. We're going to work for next year already. It's been a great last few years for the network, but we're looking for advertising for the next year, the 25-26 school year. You'll see a scrolling banner on the top of the screen. You'll have commercials. You have shout-outs. Okay. Yeah, we get shout outs. Send us an email at shstrojansvp@gmail.com or call 337-849-5358. That's 337-849-5358. And if you miss that number or that email, just back it up because you are watching YouTube, so you just have to back it up a couple of seconds and I'll repeat that message. But we are looking for some sponsors for next year, and it's well worth it. When you break it down to our 30 games or so that we're going to broadcast a year, it's about $20 or so for your game for your donation or your sponsorship. So anyway,
and what the big thing, 100% of the contributions are reinvested into Sacred Heart Athletics. So that's where the funds go.
There you go. And that's girls sports, boys sports, elementary, and high school. All right. So as we are breaking the odds here of seeing our leadoff batter, Ashton Duos, leading off his fourth inning of the game. We're in the bottom of the sixth, but he is now facing
Vosberg for the Hornets.
Who is their guy?
He's their number one.
Looks like I saw a little bit of velocity there in his warm-up pitches.
Yeah, I think he's low 80s, and I think he stays on the plate. He's pretty good.
Ooh, that was a foul ball that hit off of the catcher's face mask, it looked like, and good swing by Duos.
Initially this afternoon, talking to Coach Kane, he expected to see this guy today, and he told me, he said he's a good pitcher. He has 2 pitches. He throws them for strikes, and he said when he gets on the mound, we're going to be aggressive early in the count.
There you go. There's a fly ball to center field. It's well hit. Center fielder drifts back. So Duos has put two to the wall. I won't say he was at the wall on that one, but he probably hit that about 330 or so.
And he just flicked it out there, too. I mean, I'd like to see what happens when he really gets in on.
Yeah, he's just missing. Here's John Aaron Swallow. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Nice piece of hitting by Swallow. And there you go, Coach, swinging at that first pitch where it's Vosberg, right?
That was the plan.
Trying to
aggressive
get a hit,
early in the pitch. He said he throws fastball for strikes often. So that's what we've seen so far, 2 first pitch swings. And that was a fastball middle of the way. John Aaron did a nice job, just went with it to left field from the left side.
Yep. Takes a good lead at first base. Vosberg's in the stretch, facing Preston Sloan. And there's Preston. I know Coach is saying let's be aggressive early, but with Preston, there was a 99% chance he wasn't going to see a first pitch fastball. So 1-0 as you count to Preston. Here's the pitch. Oh, he just misses. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop's going to boot it. So the Trojans have a little bit of action. So that was a harmless little ground ball to the shortstop, who just he tried to flick the glove a little too quick, just didn't play routine baseball and booted it. So with 1 out, the Trojans have runners at first and second with their cleanup hitter, John Michael Duprechamp, up to the plate.
Yeah, it would be great to push another run across.
Yes, it would, and that 4th run would be really, really good. All right, let's see what John Michael can do. Here's the first pitch. It's a great bunt right in front of the plate. Catcher's going to pick it up and sail it over to first baseman. So that's going to score John Aaron Swallow. Coach is waving in Patin. Patin's going to come safely into home for 2 runs. Wow. So that was about a 1 foot out in front of front of a pitcher to the plate. Catcher sails it into right field. And 2 runs scored just like that.
That's what you call putting pressure on the defense. And John Michael laid down a bunt in fair territory, practically a sacrifice bunt just to move the runners over.
Yep.
And they just couldn't execute. And we took advantage of 2 of their mistakes. And here we are sitting with a 5-0 lead.
Yep. Jude Hebert is batting for the Trojans with John Michael Duprechamp at second base. Only 1 out in the inning. Trojans do get 2 runs across the plate, and that's going to be sponsored by Nason Swallow, Allstate.
Sometimes when the bats are not happening, you just got to find ways to make things happen. And I think that was the mentality there. Let's see if they can handle this.
Yep.
You know, when that field's kind of damp, which it is, and a little moist, sometimes the moisture gets on the baseball, and it's not the easiest thing to throw it around.
All right, we're going to get that's actually going to be a pinch runner now. Zach, who is your left fielder, who's getting DH'd. John is batting for him, is going to come off of second base. And Zach, really, I guess you would call that, he enters the game offensively for himself. So, which is smart. I mean, with John being, it's, you know, at this point, shouldn't get another at-bat. But he actually could enter the game back in if he wanted to. All right, here's the pitch to Hebert. Misses outside.
2 pitches, 2 bunt attempts by Hebert as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're putting speed on the bases right there. We're looking for one run at a time. So he's taking advantage of Zach's speed versus John Michaels and just trying to get another run across the plate.
With the 5-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th. Ooh, curveball misses low. 3-0 as you count to Jude. Ellis Chapman, sophomore shortstop, waits on deck.
We got 1 out here.
Here's the 3-0 pitch to Hebert. That's going to be, you saw the movement on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was, I see where it, double breaker or so.
Yeah, and I was asking him, how does he compare to the OC guy? And they were like, he doesn't compare. And I would have to agree, he doesn't compare. He's good, but the Gillen kid from OC is quite possibly one of the best pitchers in the state in our division.
Have they, has he committed to anyone?
He's committed to LSU Eunice.
LSU Eunice. And now he's not a senior, is he?
My understanding is he's a junior.
Okay. That's going to put, and I know OC has some young players on that team, so they're going to compete hard again next year.
Yeah, another note, Pointe Coupee's real ace supposedly punched a wall and broke his hand. So that put a damper on his season. So,
yeah,
you know, some of the choices they make sometimes are not the best.
Nope. All right, so here we go. Here's our situation, folks. Runners at first and second for the Trojans. 1 out. Ellis Chapman's your batter. No balls, 1 strike is the count. There's the pitch. That's going to be another fly ball to center field. Center field is going to camp under that one, and it's not deep enough for anyone to tag up. So runners will remain at first and second for Jobert, who has gotten hit by pitches twice already tonight. And, well, the game we're playing, I'm just going to go ahead and say he's going to get hit again. No, probably not with this pitcher.
I think Coach Kane had confidence in Ellis and probably confidence in Jobert that he's looking to push one more run across the plate, and we got one in scoring position.
There's a foul ball down the third base line, just fouled by a couple of feet.
Yeah, going back to talking about OC being young, also here that center fielder just an 8th grader.
Which, yeah, that
is true.
Yeah, I watched a game earlier in the year when they played Barb, and they should have beat Barb, but they lost at the end. But an 8th grader playing that level of a state championship potential team.
Well, he plays center field and he bats in the 2-hole.
It's impressive.
He's very impressive.
Yep. All right, 1-1.
It reminds me, speaking of Barb, that Barb had a freshman starting for them years back when Wesley was playing. His name was Kyle DeBarge. He was playing third base. I asked Coach Glenn Caccini about him. He said one of the best kids he's ever coached. When you looked at him, you'd have never thought it because he wasn't a very big kid. Well, as truth would be told, he was the starting shortstop for our UL Raging Cajuns and ended up getting drafted last year, I believe.
Really?
Yes.
All right, here's the 2-1 pitch to Jobert. That's going to be a fastball low and outside corner at the knees, I should say. Jobert is 2-2. Our weather's changing again, getting a little windier. Wind blowing out from the southeast, it looks like, or at least, yeah. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jobert. Foul ball out of play. A little behind that one.
He's hanging in there, though.
Yep.
Good job. Good job. We could use another hit right here. Every run's going to be important right here.
Yeah, and you have speed on the bag, so if he can manage to put something somewhere in the outfield, never know what can happen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2 runs across. Curveball misses low. That's going to work it full. Good at bat for Lane Jobert. What?
Full count here with 2 outs, with the Trojans leading 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, Lane's going to get away with one right there.
Yeah, that's. I like a high strike. I mean, I'm a.
Well, I think the umpire gave up on the pitch. We often talk about the batters giving up on the pitch. That was a breaking ball that started out the zone but finished in the zone. The umpire kind of flinched and just gave up on the pitch. And I'll tell you, in my opinion, that was over the plate.
That's a good curveball. So the bases are loaded now. 2 outs. Ryland Swallow, number 25, your right fielder for the Trojans. 0-1 pitch. He swings in a foul ball back right at us. So now he's got himself in a little bit of a jam. He's going to have to just shorten up, choke up, get close to the plate, somehow try to earn your way on the bases. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball. He had some velocity on that one.
Oh, 0-2, bases loaded. He's out the windup. He let that one rip, John.
Yeah. Sailed high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Nice pitch.
Very nice pitch, and that's what I like. I mean, when a guy can throw that fastball in on guys that are cheating on the plate, hey, you got to give him credit. I mean, that was a good pitch right there. So Swallow goes down looking right there.
Yep. All right, so, Coach, I think it almost has to be Duos getting back on the hill, right?
Oh, no doubt in my mind.
Let's see.
We don't want to change the momentum. We don't want to break things up. Ashton's been doing a great job. He's got another 2 runs to work with. All we need is 3 more outs, so I expect to see him, just like he is, walking straight to the mound.
There you go. So we're gonna stay here to go to the top of the 7th. Trojans have a solid 5-0 lead, and Duos will stay on the mound to face. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can get where they are in their lineup. If I could get a number, looks like number 6. So he's facing 7, 8, and 9. So if Duos could just throw some strikes, let them put the ball in play or let them make mistakes. Coach is walking right behind that kid who's about to take a practice swing. He said, be careful.
Yeah,
anyway.
Because I don't need to go back to work, John.
No, we don't want to do that. So the weather
looked like the softball team for an update was leading 4-1 in the top of the 6th. So
4-1, top 6. Very good.
Against St. Edmunds, they're playing away. They're playing in Eunice today, so that would be a nice victory.
Yep. Yeah, softball team is having a great season. The last I checked, we were top 10 for sure. Number 7, according to David Dare, Trojan athletic guru. All right, so here we go. Duos is ready to throw. He wants to get this over with. Here comes the first pitch. Squares off the bunt, which really is just to distract him.
It does. It also shows a lack of confidence in their coach, because they're just wishing to get on base right here.
Yeah, this is number 6, Hoddard.
And that was the 70th pitch for Ashton, so he's in good shape.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball, foul, almost into the dugout. Fielded by Coach Joey Swallow, off the wall. Flings it back to Ashton. Hits the ground, and now Ashton wants another ball. It didn't touch the ground until Coach Joey threw it back to him.
Yeah, Hodard he's tardy. I mean, he's behind right here. So I'd be surprised to see big things happen.
I think they got the count wrong. I think it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah. Here's the pitch from Duos. High fastball. Hodder takes a cut at it and fouls it straight back right over our heads.
He barely got a piece of that one.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Top of the 7th. Little low and outside. Whew, that was close.
Good pitch by Ashton.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good pitch.
I don't know how he didn't swing at that with 2 strikes.
He was concerned when he took that one, I can guarantee.
Yep. Oh, and that one's going to miss low. Duas went a little too quick on that one. He's going to Hoddard works it full.
Yeah, he worked himself back in this at bat.
Let's see if we can get a fastball right down the pipe from Duas. And here comes a 3-2 pitch. It was off speed. Here comes a ground ball to Chapman. Chapman's going to throw it to first base in time for the first out of the 7th inning. And that out at first is brought to you by Perry's Tire and Salvo Medical Center.
Yeah, Duas threw a full count breaking ball right there, and they threw a nice pitch right over the plate for a strike. Batter out was out in front, chopped it into the ground, hit a ground ball, slow ground ball to Ellis. He made a nice play on it.
Sure did. All right, so 1 out, folks. Trojans are 2 outs away from a victory over District 5 rivals. Oh, that one sailed inside.
A little chin music.
Yeah. Just a bit inside. That was, what was his name that said that? I can't think right now. That's going to be a strike.
Bob Euchre?
Bob, yeah, he died recently. Yep. That was in the movie Major League. Yeah. 1-1 pitch from Duas. Fastball, it's a fly ball into right field. Oh, Swallow overruns it. It's going to be a stand-up double for Guidry, number 11, Faustin Guidry. Well, Jake, I think he just kind of didn't quite get a beat on it and overran a little bit.
And I haven't been around a while, but I don't know what his customary outfield position is. It appears that the problem with these right-handed hitters, when they're hitting balls to right field, there's some sideways spin that usually makes it drift more towards the corner. And he's taking these aggressive approaches towards the gap. And on that one, he just overran the ball. Earlier in the game, he did the same thing. He overran the ball that went over his head. So it does take a little adjustment out there, especially game speed. When coach is hitting you the fungo at practice, it doesn't have that spin on the ball. When it's live, that ball tails quite a bit, and he just doesn't look real comfortable with that.
No, I completely agree with everything you just said right there. We
talk to him, so that's very good leadership by Jude. They talk to him, doing a couple of pointers about tracking the fly ball.
Good point, David. Confidence is a big deal here, and look, we sitting in a good spot. That play doesn't even matter right now.
No. All right, this is your starting pitcher for the Hornets, Savan. Actually, your relief pitcher. He's batting now. Bats from the left side. Yep, number 1, Drew Savan. It's a 1 out, runner at second, which is, as far as Duas is concerned, doesn't exist with a 5-0 lead and 1 out.
Absolutely. And our infielders don't even need to be getting out of position, not even working them.
No.
Let's just worry about getting outs.
And there you go.
And that's
a double play. That's going to be a double play. Touch the bag. Ball game. Line drive to Ellis Chapman. Really nothing the runner can do. He was caught in no man's land. And the Trojans are going to take a 5-0 victory over the District 5 rivals, the Catholic Pointe Coupee Hornets. And the Trojans play again. We think it's that tournament starting up this weekend, maybe, right?
So it looks like we'll have the 2 seed that starts. The tournament starts on Thursday, and from what I understand, we will get a bye, which is big. It is a little single elimination that they plan on concluding on Saturday. So that's my understanding on how that's going to work. Of course, weather pending.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be possibly rough this weekend.
With that being said, John, I mean, Ashton Duas was great on the mound today. Complete game, threw a lot of strikes. Offensively, we took advantage of their mistakes. They had trouble throwing strikes. And historically, when you walk a handful of batters, it bites you in the butt. So a great job by Sacred Heart of taking advantage of their mistakes, and a great job by Ashton Duas on the mound.
Yeah, I think we didn't keep official score, but it could have been more than 2 hits off of him.
I don't have the box score in front of me.
I think there was 1 hit into right field that I could remember, and maybe another one into left field, and that was about it. But anyway, great game for the Trojans, who, as we mentioned earlier this year, with the season is basically a 3-season game. Three seasons in one. Season 1 ended a while back. Now in season 2, Trojans have only lost 1 game, that was to OC. So really on a little roll here. And then,
They're
of course,
doing well.
season 3 is your playoffs. So a little bit of momentum, and the Trojans are going to be all right.
Doing well. We had a little hiccup against OC, who is a very, very talented team. And going back to Ashton, it looks like he gave up, according to the books, 4 hits, gave up no runs over 7 innings. He struck out 4 and he walked only 1, and that's a recipe for success.
There you go. All right, for David Dare and Jacob Loney, this is John Pete, and we're checking out on the Blue and Gold Sports Network. See you next time.